But as you go through these surahs, they're out of chronological order, and you'll read them and you'll say, I don't get it. In this one, Muhammad says, kill people about their religion. But in this one, he says, there shall not be any compulsion in religion. Why does it seem like there's contradictions? It has to do with when the surah was given. You see, when he lived originally in Mecca and was preaching, he was converting 2 or 3 people a month, as I said. It's when the hijrah began, when the Muslim calendar began, when they left Mecca and went to Medina and then started to use force, beginning with the raiding of the caravan and then with the big battle, the big first battle, the Battle of Badr. That was the beginning of the surahs, the revelations coming that called for violence, war, the use of the sword. So, if you're fortunate, you can get a copy of the Quran that in the study notes will tell you which of the periods of Muhammad's life are being dealt with in the so-called Quranic revelations. All right, number 3, jettison diversity training and political correctness. Just jettison it. The reality is this is probably the worst time in our history as a nation to study Islam on Islam's terms and then to address it forcefully, clearly, courageously. The words that we saw at the end of some of the episodes from John Quincy Adams or from Thomas Jefferson, you would not find an American president talking like that today. Diversity training, tolerance training has carved the guts out of people. And so really, in my opinion, this is probably the worst time in our history as a nation to have to defend ourselves against Islamic ideology and Sharia law and what would Muhammad do, because we have been so disemboweled by diversity training and all that comes with it that we're afraid of being labeled as intolerant or you're guilty of hate speech. Listen. Defending yourself against a book that calls for you to be decapitated or crucified or murdered, that's not you being intolerant. That's you being smart. Number 4, exercise your First Amendment rights. Thank God we live in this country and not in Saudi Arabia or Pakistan or Egypt or any other Islamic nation, Sudan, Syria. If we were to say the words that we're saying in this series, simply exercising our First Amendment rights in those nations, we'd be dead. So exercise your First Amendment rights without fear, because if we don't use them, we're going to lose them. If through fear we bow our knee quietly to Sharia law, then where do we go from here? Use your First Amendment right. All right, number 5, pray and work to remove the sword from Islam. Well, friend, I told you this was going to be a tough episode to watch. Please, God, protect our wives and our daughters from Islam. Go to our website, learn more. Everything you see there is free. If you've missed an episode and you want to see more, they're all there online. God bless you.